There is a well-known environmental economic activist who once wrote on her blog that she hates when environmental activists play God and tell us to hug trees because we need to save the planet. To be completely honest, I can feel her. I feel like I'd have enough of listening to all of this climate changes campaign. Reduce use paper, improvement 3R, which is reduce, reuse and recycle, up to an epic breakthrough campaigns using the stainless steel straws. Yes, I even have 2 different stainless steel straws just because of their cute colors. Well, the girls and their obsessions to the cute stuff still. But have you ever thought for a moment how big is the real impact of this environmental crisis? Are all our efforts, such as using the stainless steel straws for example, effective enough to reduce the impact of this environmental crisis? I'm Adzra Alifia from the University of Lampung, and here's my frame of reference. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, there are many factors have contributed to the climate changes. But greenhouse gas or GHG emissions are one of the main contributors. Indonesia's GHG level has been trending upwards over the last decade. It's even increased 313% since the last 1990. Being one of the world's biggest emitters through greenhouse gas emissions show us that we and our country are currently doing is still far away from fulfilling our commitments of Paris Agreement. But throughout 2020, global emissions fell by 7%, the biggest drop that ever recorded. It was caused by the lockdown measures to contain the spread of the coronavirus. Do you think this is a good news? Well, obviously. But policies for economic revival are expected to overshadow the environmental policies post-COVID-19. Yes, this 7% magnificent achievement can lead the world to the catastrophic consequences unless government prioritize green investment in attempts to boost their struggling economies. Yes, government take a crucial role in solving this climate crisis. The power and also the capital that government has can be fuel to create the relevant policies in order to protect our environment. We need to believe that there will be a huge economic reform post the pandemic. Government should put more concern into pushing the sustainability financing into green investments such as issuing green bonds and encouraging the emissions trading system or ETS in major industries. Then how about us? What can we do to support the government in reducing our GHG emissions? Well, if you're Googling and typing how we can do to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions wisely, there are simply many ways that we can actually do. Starting from the efficiency of using the electricity, managing plastic waste, even using public transportations. But despite all that, the point is that climate crisis is a global crisis. It's not only the crisis faced by environmental activists, but all of us, not only in Indonesia, but in the whole country in the world. I'm further convinced that there is something needs to be done right now. So the wisest step that we can do to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions is by being aware that climate crisis is real and it's our responsibility to solve it together. Be an imperfect environmentalist by starting a tiny step right here and right now. You don't have to be perfect, but just start right now. You can join any campaign, managing your low carbon lifestyle or anything. Just take any action, do it continuously, encouraging others with this issue, then we can be a giant hammer to break this climate crisis race. Yes, finally, ladies and gentlemen, there's too much sad news of loss this past week. People have been suffering a lot because of this pandemic. We need to think and try harder so that we can help them today while preventing the same vulnerable communities from dealing with even more devastating impacts of this climate crisis that's already at our doorsteps. Take a role to break these scariest chain effects of the climate change together. If not us, then who else? If not now, then when? Thank you.